Make it a little bit clearer for you. Ellie Jones, who has recently transitioned.
Oh yes, she's the boy, isn't she? Am I correct? I get so confused.
No, Mr. Riley, you're not correct. And this is the whole purpose of my phone call today, which is that this misgendering and misnaming and downright ignorance, to be honest, has to stop.
You can't go around just saying, oh, I want you to call me this, I want you to call me that. Why should any of us have to bow down to you? I don't understand.
Oh my God. It's 2024. She's not a boy anymore. She's a girl. And her name is Ellie. When are you going to acknowledge that?
You can't just say these things. I want everybody to start calling me helicopter. You can't do that.
Oh my
God.
So, are you basically saying to me that you refuse to acknowledge she's now transgender, she has transitioned?
Transgender? I mean, come on. The girl's what, 14, 15?
Yes, exactly. And she's an incredibly brave young girl. And this needs to be acknowledged.
You're making a huge mistake. It's probably
a huge mistake? Are you for real?
He's just a little confused. It's a phase. It's a phase. It'll get over.
It's a girl. She's a girl.
What happens when he wants to go back, but you've already done too much? You know, this is a Catholic school, don't you? You know, we don't really condone this kind of, I don't even know what to call it, lunacy. We don't condone this kind of lunacy.
Okay, stop right there. I'm going to launch an official complaint against you with the head teacher, with the school, and with the entire educational board, because I cannot believe that someone like you is even allowed to teach today's youth.
I've got a lot of paperwork here, you know. I got a lot of stuff I could be getting on with instead of having this ridiculous conversation with a woman who's deluded her son so much that he now thinks he's a girl.
I'm definitely with the teacher on this one. Why should he take part in the parents' deluded agenda? Truthfully feel sorry for the poor kid who has to deal with his insane mother and the fallout. Our next Muppet wants us to play along with his delusion.
Day 62 of being a girl, and I have been misgendered so many times this week, and most commonly, it's a follower running up to me on the street and being like, "You're the boy from TikTok. It's the boy from TikTok." And I'm like, "No, it's the girl from TikTok." And they always feel so bad after I correct them, and that's so not my intention. It doesn't hurt my feelings all that much. But I wear all this makeup and sometimes fake boobs in the hair, and it still doesn't register with people at times.
I wonder if the fact he sounds like a guy and has a 12 o'clock shade has anything to do with it not registering with people.
What's your pronouns?
I'm a male, I'm a man, I'm a he. I don't get into that mentally ill stuff.
Okay.
Tell me why. Not one, but two different men hit on me at the club over the weekend. One gay guy and one straight guy. Now don't get me wrong. I love that my gender is being perceived differently between everybody, okay? I love that for me. And I think it's really cool, okay? Really, really fucking cool, okay? That men and women and people of all genders think I'm hot as fuck, okay?
First, you're delusional about gender. Now we've moved on to attractiveness. Next, you'll tell us that you're thin and black.
Wait, you're trans?
Yes.
But you don't look trans.
That's actually the whole point.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now! Stop the cap!
So I just got back from the grocery store, and this guy came up to me and he called me a fucking freak. And this person behind him, they took off their shoe and just started hitting him.
Was the person at the store really wrong? This is what a freak show performer looked like in the 1800s. Maybe he was a historian.
I think if we're going to go in down the road of any pronouns you like, I would like you now in this interview to keep calling me hot, hotter, or hottest. Do you think that's reasonable?
I disagree, but I'm very happy to call you by those because I respect your pronouns, as Halifax do with their customers.
But you don't actually think I am hot, do you? So why would you?
Well, I mean, some might, but I don't. But that's how you want to identify, so that's how I now see you, Piers. And I think
that's why I think the whole thing is ridiculous and getting more ridiculous. And it's not about you can't do it. If you want to do it, fine. But when I see a bank's Twitter account threatening customers and telling them to leave if they don't like it. I'm like, what is going on?
I wonder how the bank's shareholders feel after they saw this tweet. We truly are living in wild times.
People that are boys, there's people that are girls. There are people whose gender might be a little bit of both or might even be neither.
What? I'd also want to bring up the issue with trans in schools. I do think children should be allowed to have that knowledge on if they want to transition on what they want to do.
If I have a boy and he thinks he's a pirate, do I have the right to cut off his knee and take an eye out and give him an eye patch?
I think once it gets to that certain point.
A certain point? Like, what's the point where I can cut off my son's knee and say, because he thinks he's a pirate?
I think that's purely between the parent and the child.
Well, I don't think a parent should be allowed to do that.
You should have the option to go be educated and then still go and make the choice that you want to make.
Okay,
After
not
you
at
get
14.
that
If you are under 25 years old, they don't even let you rent a car in this state. What does Avis, Enterprise, and Hertz know that the medical establishment seems so blissfully ignorant about? You are not a good decision maker at 14. You turn 18, you cut off any part you want, and I hope that you don't.
Even the reverse Uno card didn't work on this woke university student. I'll give him some credit, though, for speaking in a sea of red hats. This next jingle sums up nicely how most people feel.
And just one more little thing before I'm gone. Respect is earned, it's not demanded in a song. If you want to be a she or a they, a zer, a z, good for you, but you can't make me play along.
The subject for today is pronouns.
We do not appreciate being filmed for this.
Oh, he's not filmed. He identifies the camera. we just kind of, I'm glad it's funny to you.
It's just very confusing.
Imagine how the rest of us feel.
So my class decided to stand but not say the words. Totally fine. Except for the fact that my room does not have a flag. It used to be there, but I took it down during COVID because it made me uncomfortable.
The school district says that's Kristen Pitson, who identifies herself as an 11th grade teacher at Back Bay High School here in Costa Mesa. She starts that TikTok video by saying that during the Pledge of Allegiance, she gives students the option to stand and say the words. She goes on to share that her class does not have an American flag and that she took it down during the pandemic because it made her uncomfortable. In this video, Pitson says a student asked why there was no flag recently. She says she tells the student she would try to find it, but then admits she's lying. Parents in the area say they are shocked by what the teacher says next.
In the meantime, I tell this kid, we do have a flag in the class that you can pledge your allegiance to. And he looks around, he goes, oh, that one?
Aren't these people all about inclusion? And yet she's specifically singling out kids that want to pledge their allegiance to the American flag. Last I recall, that's why you have some of those freedoms, no?
Why?
I mean, I'll pull...
And why you want to record me?
Because your entire staff has been calling me sir.
Okay, you want to park?
Why don't you tell me what we can do now?
No, because I can do the same thing with you.
Okay, but your entire staff has been calling me sir the entire time.
Okay.
What about me looks like a sir right now? Okay?
Okay. Can we please move to the side?
No. What?
Look, I'm sorry, and I apologize for what happened. Okay, if they did that, or what do you? I'm sorry. What else can I tell you? Ma'am. What else can I tell you?
What?
If you're can we please move to the side?
If I'm a what?
Can you please move to the side?
If I'm a what?
I didn't say anything. Okay, don't try to put any words in my mouth. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Look. If them call you a sir, I don't know what they did that.
Because they saw the name on my credit card and they were not being nice people.
Well, they saw your name on the credit card. What do you want them to tell you?
That has nothing to do with it. There could be someone in the back that they don't see. That's paying.
Okay, ma'am.
So why would they intentionally do that? Can you tell me what your location has done to be trans competent? Because clearly they are not.
I can call you a sir or ma'am. What are you?
What would you assume looking at me?
What are you?
What would you assume looking at me?
I assume that you're a man. Okay? Okay?
Thank you. Whatever.
I think most people would assume they're looking at a man wearing a wig and not really caring about fairy tale pronouns. The employee tried his best to be cordial and apologize, but that wasn't enough for this hangry man.
for?
If I said my pronoun was hottest man alive, that was my genuine pronoun, would you feel obliged to call me that every day? Hey, hottest man alive? No, you wouldn't, would you? No. So, in other words, it all depends who decides what they want to be called.
And isn't that what we're discussing? The fact that I don't have to do that,
So why do we have to call
Why do we have to call Sam Smith they?
Because we're respecting
So
their
why don't you respect
choice.
me? That's my choice.
When do I have to
it's
call
my
you?
choice.
When do I have to call you?
I want to be called hottest man alive.
Hottest man alive.
Yes,
all the time.
That is my choice, and I demand you respect it.
I'm
By the way, mine is Her
struggling
Majesty.
because we're now. I think.
Sorry, my preferred
I think
pronouns
we're now
are hottest man
really
alive.
demeaning the topic, aren't we?
Sorry,
By,
I
what
want
are
you
you now going to say that
you just
today?
said,
Today you're
you just
world's
said we have
hottest
to
man.
call.
Tomorrow you want to define yourself as a chair or as a dolphin.
Well, I once identified as a two-spirit penguin because I was told there are 100 genders, including astrogender, which is an affinity with the stars, and I was told, Piers, stop being ridiculous. I was like, if there are 100 genders, I can be a two-spirit penguin.
I think the
I can now
serious part-
demand you call me, as my pronouns, hottest man alive. But you don't want to because you think that's ridiculous.
The serious part of this
But you'll
conversation...
call a single person they and them.
The serious part of this conversation is about people who do not fit into your box, and you struggle with that.
Here's where I struggle.
You struggle with that.
Yeah, but Paula, let me answer. Here's my problem with Sam Smith. They said, when they weren't actually when they were a gay man, they said, we need to even up these award ceremonies by making them all gender neutral. I demand it. It's now happened, and they, as the former gay man now wants us to call him, now says it's terribly unfair and we've got to have more women. They are responsible for where we've got to.
Piers is definitely not even close to being the hottest man alive, but I think what he says echoes with how many of us feel. In the war of facts versus feelings, facts always win. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. I try to upload a weekly video about wild topics, and your support is really helping.